For those who are going to be in the Charlotte area this upcoming Monday, you have an incredible opportunity to help your neighbors. May the 12th is Impact Monday. This is an event provided by the Purpose Summit to serve people in the Queen City who need it most. Joining me this morning, good friend and co-founder of the Purpose Summit, Davin Salvango, also author and now a North Carolinian who just moved here. This time last year you were still commuting. It's nice to see you, Davin. Good morning.
It's always great to be here with you, Jason. Love being back here in the Queen City and officially living. Carolinian, that's the way we say it.
You are, well, if you're in North Carolina, you're a North Carolinian, but you're a Carolinian, Davin.
I'm grateful to be a Carolinian.
I want to talk about Monday, right? Because just 2 weeks ago, it was we wrapped up National Volunteer Week. Volunteer Month was April, but that continues. It really is 12 months a year, let's be honest. Impact Monday is coming up in 4 days. What is it? Why do we get involved?
Well, this is our first Impact Monday. As you know, last year we did the Purpose Summit for the first time in Charlotte, and one of the things that happened last year was this amazing activity we did in partnership with Beds for Kids to fill baskets for families with home goods that they didn't have a home, and now they do have a home, and it was a welcome home basket, and we had attendees write out welcome home cards, and we delivered these baskets, and that birthed an idea of how do we do more. There's so many great nonprofits here in Charlotte. How do we amplify that impact? And that's where we ended up. Yeah, there's the basket right there. It's Sean Farrell and Mark Whitaker from Coca-Cola Consolidated. They're holding baskets, and then those are Samaritan's Feet. We partnered with them this year. Impact Monday actually was part of their idea, and then that's Least of These Carolinas. That is bags that you pack for foster care. That's our friend Manny Ohami. I love Manny. Samaritan's Feet. That's right.
He has one of the most amazing stories. We don't need to talk about that guy.
That's us. That's right.
Right there. But listen, okay. So I want to break this down. So there's 3 ways that people can impact. We're talking thousands of kids and families in the Charlotte area. And I don't think unless you have someone that you're connected with or you drive through a certain part of town, I think we forget sometimes how great the need is in our city, Davin.
It's huge. It's huge. And one of the things that's special about this year is there's so many deserving nonprofits in the Charlotte area, and we're excited to continue to bless all of them in some way, but we've got 3 really great partners this year. We've got Samaritan's Feet, Least of These Carolinas, Beds for Kids. There's 4 different activities happening on Monday between the hours of 1 and 4 that people can go volunteer at. And we've got people coming from all across the globe. There's a team of people coming from Australia, 22 hours on a flight, coming here Monday to volunteer right here in the Queen City. So I know that we can get people right here in the Queen City to come out on Impact Monday and make a difference.
I think a big myth about volunteering is, it's going to take hours and weeks, and I just don't have that. 1 hour. I mean, 1 hour you can make a difference. Why do you do it? Why should we do it, I should say?
Well, I mean, as you know, I talk a lot about purpose, right? And so purpose, always, it's never about us. It involves us, but it's always about others. And so every single day we have an opportunity to make a difference. And there's so many people that are in need. So what we wanted to do is say, how can we start the week off by making a huge impact and then create a ripple effect? We talked about the last time that I was here in the studio, is creating the ripple effect of purpose. So we see this as one way that people can get up on Monday, start their week, go volunteer an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, make a difference, step into their purpose, and go home fulfilled.
Again, Samaritan's Feet, trying to get shoes to kids. Some families and kids, if they have 1 pair of shoes, maybe they're lucky, but that's the only pair they have. We take for granted that we have choices every day, right? The Least of These Carolinas, filling those bags for for those families and kids in foster care. My heart always goes out to those kids and families. And then Beds for Kids. How many times we take for granted that we just assume we have a bed when we go home and think everyone else in town has a bed? Like, these are specific things where families are hurting and kids don't want to go to school the next day because of what they don't have at home.
That's right. That's right. I was just having this conversation with our kids. It's hard to get them to make their beds every single day. And you should be thankful that you have one, right? But we do take so much for granted. We've been blessed with so many different things. And right here, it's so easy to just, we've become human doings rather than human beings. We've forgotten who we need to be. And so it can be so easy to just drive by people who are in need and miss the opportunity to step into their world. And so hopefully we're inviting a lot of people on Monday to come and step into thousands of people's world, thousands of people who are in need by just giving a little bit of their time.
I want to switch gears a little bit because this is kicking off a week of purpose in Charlotte. At the end of the week is another incredible Purpose Summit, which you're going to be leading. And you've had going on for 5 years, another year here in North Charlotte. When we talk about purpose, that word gets thrown around a lot, but it really is it's really deep. Like if we all stopped for a second and thought about what is the purpose in our life, wouldn't it be a tragedy to go through life and be successful on Wall Street or successful on your resume, but really go through life without purpose? Like that's really sad.
And sadly, many people do. In fact, one of the biggest things right now that people are talking about is the epidemic of loneliness, that 85% of people across the world are lonely. And a big piece of that is not really knowing what their purpose is and how they can use their gifts, talents, and abilities to step into their purpose to make a difference. And so once we realize that we have those gifts, talents, abilities, and we can step into the lives of others, then all of a sudden we're not lonely anymore. All of a sudden we live life of significance and not just a life of success.
And it's really contagious. And we were not meant to live alone. We were meant to live in community, whether it's your street you live on or as businesses and executives. We're looking at pictures from last year's Summit 2024. It's going to be bigger or better. I love that. Look at that what's on the screen. What if we had a workplace environment where it wasn't about business, Davin, and it was about serving others? What would that look like?
Well, there's a lot of organizations that are doing that. That's actually was the impetus of the Purpose Summit, was this question of what if? What would it look like if we could create workplaces where people could show up and use their individual purpose to contribute to the purpose of the organization? Yeah. What would it look like for people to go to work every single day and know how they made a difference, how they make an impact, and go home at the end of the day and give their families their best rather than their leftovers? And what we've seen is when that happens, company culture improves, employee engagement improves, morale improves, performance improves, company results improve, and then people go home, family life improves, our community improves. Everything starts with this idea of what if we could connect individual and organizational purpose in the workplace, and that's how the Purpose Summit started.
I love it, and it's coming up May 13th through 15th. We've got information on that. You can go to the website as well. Who is this for? Who can go to something like this? What do you hope they get out of it?
Well, the Purpose Summit's for everyone, but we've got multiple tracks this year. There's a business track, there's a nonprofit track, there's an individual track. So whether you're a business leader, whether you're a nonprofit leader, whether you're an individual leader or contributor that's looking, how do I step into my own purpose and identify that personally, professionally, there's something for everyone. We've got people coming from 35 different states, 8 different countries. We're expecting hundreds of people. It's going to be a powerful 3 days together, Tuesday through Thursday here.
I hope when this ends on the 15th that there's some kind of, we'll have to ask Ted to check the Richter scale. I hope there's a little bit of a movement that happens after this to answer that question, what if? That ripple starts with you on the street where you live, in the apartment where you live, and it goes in through that community. And this is going to be big, whether you come to the Purpose Summit the 13th to the 15th, or you just want to volunteer for 1 hour on Impact Monday. All this information will be on our website at qcnews.com. Davin Salvango, thanks for your heart, looking outside of you and your own family to others. May we all, share that same desire and purpose in our own lives. Thanks, Davin.
Thank you, Jason.
Appreciate it, as always.